started on that recipe. So I've got a pan here sitting over medium heat, and I've got 1 onion in there that I've diced up. In there, I've also got 3 tablespoons of butter and some salt and pepper. Now, you wanna cook that down just until it's a little bit softened. Honestly, this takes about 3 to 4 minutes. You're not looking necessarily for golden brown color. If you take it golden brown, nothing wrong with that. You're just looking for a little soft and a little sweetness. So that's doing its thing. Into there, we're gonna go in with our garlic. Basically, what we're building here at this point, oh, my garlic's over here. Guys, I lost my garlic, it's fine. We're doing it, 'tis the holiday season. I'm gonna go in with 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm mincing that right on into the pan. Hot tip, if you bought a rasp when this show first started about 3 years ago, and you're like, Mary, I got it, one and done, get a new rasp for the holidays.
Yeah.
It's sharp. It's so much better. You kind of don't realize how dull they get.
You can't sharpen them.
Because you can't sharpen them. And then you get a new one and you're like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing all my life? So I'm gonna get that garlic into the pan, and that only needs about, I'd say 30 seconds to a minute just to cook off that raw garlic flavor. Not a ton, just to cook it off. We're not looking for color on there as well. So I'm gonna give that a stir just to combine. And since I've got that butter in there, I'm gonna make basically a roux out of this, or as Andrea Bucket likes to call it,
an aromatic roux.
An aromatic roux, which is a thrill to say.
It is.
But basically a roux is fat and flour mixed together, and it's used to thicken something up. It's something that you can use if you're making your gravy for the holidays or something like that. Really great also for like a bechamel, which is kind of what we're making here. So I've got 3 tablespoons of butter in there, so I'm also gonna go in with 3 tablespoons of flour. So just scatter that over top. And you wanna toast this flour off for, again, I'd say a minute. You're not necessarily looking for golden color. You're just looking to cook off that like pasty, starchy, chalky, all the bad things you don't necessarily want. To cook off that flavor and give it a bit of toastiness. Now, you don't wanna cook your roux too long for this recipe, because weirdly, the longer you cook a roux and the darker it gets, the less thickening power it has. So a really light roux that's nice and blonde, like this one will be, thickens everything up really nicely. If you're cooking it down and want it golden brown, it's not gonna thicken really nicely. It's gonna kind of keep things a little bit watery. So that's looking beautiful. That's been in there for about 30 seconds to a minute. So now we're gonna go in with our milk. I'm going in with 2 cups of milk. I'm gonna switch to a whisk to get this in. And to be honest, lumps happen. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna do it, they're gonna happen, it's gonna be fine.
That's life.
That's life. They're gonna cook out though, especially because we're doing a lasagna. Everything's gonna come together and cook out. So just go in a splash at a time. 2 cups of milk are going right on in. And then what you wanna do is bring this to a simmer and pop it over medium-low heat. Let that cook down for about 5 minutes, just until it's thickened up. That flour and that roux is gonna like balloon up and make this beautiful sauce really nice and thick and creamy. Like, look at that go. Like, beautiful, creamy and dreamy. Now, I wanna flavor this up, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of chili flake, just about a half teaspoon or so. I know, guys. Oh, I didn't think we'd get that reaction on chili flake. I like this. That's about a half teaspoon. You can go in with more or less if you're feeling it. Give that a whisk in. And then one of my favorite things to add into any sort of bechamel is a little nutmeg. I don't have any pockets today, though. Does anybody have?
Wait a minute, Mary.
Alex Page has some pocket nutmeg. You gotta have it. 'Tis the season. Alex is ready for an eggnog emergency.
Exactly.
We've got it. All right, a little bit of nutmeg brings a bit of lemoniness and a little bit of warmth into here. That's gonna be absolutely beautiful. Give that a whisk to combine. Super nice. Now, since this is the holidays, there's one thing I don't want anyone to get for the holidays, and that is extra dishes to do. So we're actually gonna build the lasagna in this skillet.
Brilliant.
Which is, right? Guys, I'm thinking 3D chefs today.
Changing lives,
We're
Mary.
changing
We
lives.
are.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this sauce and I'm just gonna pour it off into a bowl or some sort of other vessel. And you don't have to be precious about this. You don't need to get all of that sauce out, because we're actually gonna build in this pan. So we need a layer of sauce in there. So I'm just gonna set that aside off of the heat. That's doing its thing. And we're gonna get to work on the ricotta layer. This is where that spinach dip situation really comes in. So I've got 300 grams of frozen spinach that I thawed and squeezed out really well. You don't want that moisture in there. Get all that out. And then I've got a can of artichoke hearts.
So good.
How do we feel about artichoke hearts?
Love them.
Right?
Underused, underused.
Underused.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna chop these up. About as fine or as thick and chunky as you'd like. I kind of like mine a little bit chunky, especially when you get down to that heart area where it's really nice and tender. And I'm gonna add that into that beautiful spinach. If you wanted to here, I know that one of my favorite things in spinach and artichoke dip is a little bit of water chestnuts.
Mary, so good.
Guys, you could throw some water chestnuts.
They
crunch.
always stay
crisp.
crunchy.
Yes.
They always maintain that texture.
100%. And they've got they don't have a ton of flavor, but they're just crispy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tasty. So you could throw that in. You could throw really whatever else you'd like. I'm just going to go in with these artichoke hearts as well. Then we need to add in our ricotta, a classic ingredient in most lasagnas. I've got 2 cups of ricotta here that I'm going to go right on in with. And then to add to the cheesiness, I'm also going in with a cup of grated Parmigiano Reggiano. If you had Grana Padano, if you had Pecorino, we love a Pecorino. Alex and I love a Pecorino. Who's team Pecorino? Who's team Parm?
I mean, I love it.
Oh, okay, guys, we're doing it. Great stuff. Okay, cool. All right, give that a bit of a mix to combine. And then I'm going to go in with an egg just to kind of bolster everything and make it stick together. That's going to make it so this layer doesn't turn sloppy, because you don't necessarily want a sloppy lasagna. Give this a good mix just to combine. This is going to take a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
You could just bake that off and I'd be happy.
100%.
So
Oh, honestly,
good.
a little garlic in here. Stick this in a skillet, bake it off. That's a dip right there. What a
got it.
dream.
Oh, nice.
Super tasty. Now, in addition to this, I'm also going to go in with some herbs. Now, this time of year, you don't have your herb garden, maybe. It's not doing great. So I love reaching for a jar of prepared pesto. There's garlic in there. There's obviously basil in there, all that good stuff. So I'm going to go in with about 4 tablespoons of prepared pesto. I get mine at a big bulk box food store. It comes in about like a liter jar. So I freeze the rest of it. I always put it in a zip top bag, freeze it, and just break off pieces as I need it. That's perfect. Season that with a bit of salt. You can add in a little pepper, but I'm gonna go in with some more chili flakes because that got such a reaction before. Little bit of chili flake in there as well, just for a bit of heat. And then we need to build up this lasagna. Like I said, we're gonna do it in that skillet. So all we need is this beautiful layer. We've got that sauce done, and then we've got our noodles. So I'm using no-boil noodles because I hate chasing the noodles around the pot.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
it's
it's another
slippery.
step.
Takes a long time,
it's
too.
just a
Also,
long
can I
time.
ask, where did you get your lasagna noodle basket?
I'm glad you asked. It's perfect size. We should start selling them. It's like perfect for your spaghettis and all your long noodles. Okay, so we're gonna get this lasagna put together. So I've got about a quarter of that sauce still in this pan. The thing when you're using no-boil noodles is they have to touch something moist so they absorb that liquid. So this is perfect in here. I'm gonna get those noodles and I'm just gonna lay them across the bottom of the pan. Now you will need to break them. So don't be precious about it. Just kind of start snapping them and sticking them in just like a puzzle. Get them as in there as you can. Then we're gonna go on with about half of this filling. I'm gonna spread that out and then go on with another quarter of that sauce mixture. I'm gonna keep layering. Once I layered everything, I put about a cup and a half of grated, you could do mozzarella, you could do fontina, you could do smoked mozzarella. Ooh. That would be fun on there. Covered it with a piece of tin foil to trap that steam in to make sure that those noodles cooked. Then put that in a 375-degree oven for 45 minutes, uncovered it, and let it go for another 15 or so, just until golden brown. And you end up with something that looks like this. You set that down on a table. Everybody's thrilled, and you get to get the little best parts, which are the edges. Get a little bit of. Did you hear the crisp of this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going in. Oh my gosh. It tastes like this. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.